had just sat down to eat when the wail of sirens cut through the air outside. I glanced toward the window and watched as the cops jumped out of their cruiser with their weapons already drawn. I took a quick look around, sizing up the situation, and that's when it hit me. They were coming for me. I pulled out some cash, set it on the table, and slowly raised both hands. A second later, the officers stormed into the restaurant and surrounded me, placing me under arrest for murder. I was taken down to the station pretty quickly, but the officer escorting me had a serious attitude problem. He was flat out rude the whole way there, and it got under my skin. I locked my eyes on him and didn't look away. When we got to the front desk, the female officer on duty called me over to get processed. I didn't budge.
I'm not asking, sir. I'm telling. But don't worry, I won't kick your ass unless you make me.
The chief then led me into a conference room and laid it all out. Early that morning, a body had been found under an overpass, covered with a piece of cardboard. A witness had spotted me in the area around that time, and that was enough to make me their prime suspect. But before I could even get a word in, a man in glasses was escorted into the station, announcing that he was there to turn himself in. The chief pulled me aside and suggested we step outside to talk. He had one of the female officers undo my restraints, but I waved her off. Instead, I stood up, gave the chains a firm tug, and they snapped clean off. That moment left everyone in the room completely stunned. The chief walked me outside and got straight to the point. He needed me to protect the guy with glasses while he was inside. Apparently, that man was sitting on secrets about the real killer pulling the strings behind the scenes. I wasn't interested in getting involved, but then the chief brought up my military background. He made it clear he thought I was the right man for the job, and that if I walked away, whoever was really behind this would walk free. I wasn't exactly thrilled about it, but I didn't see a way out, so I agreed. However, right when the guy with glasses and I were going through the intake process, one of the prison guards accused us of hiding drugs and demanded we drop our pants for a search. The guy with glasses shot me a panicked look. I didn't flinch. I told the guard straight up that what he was asking for was out of line and completely unlawful, and that if he insisted on pushing it, he better be ready to deal with the consequences. That was enough to shake him. Knowing he didn't have a leg to stand on, he marked us off on the checklist and let us through. But it was only our first day in, and we'd barely settled in before a group of inmates barged into our cell. They made it crystal clear they wanted the guy with glasses to be their wife. Just as the ringleader, a large black inmate, started to undo his pants, I climbed down from my bunk and stepped in front of the guy with glasses. The ringleader told me to mind my own business.
Now I'll count to 3.
Bitch, do you know who you're talking to?
1, 2.
But after I handled the situation, he didn't say much else. Once things calmed down, the guy with glasses and I headed out to the yard to catch a breather. That's when he took the opportunity to come clean. It turned out he had been forced into running a financial scam. If he didn't play along, the people behind it had threatened to nail him to a wall, right in front of his own family. Just as he finished telling me all of this, I noticed someone across the yard had already set their sights on us.
I'm gonna hit the head.